Uh, I just, if I do my job well today, you guys are gonna be comfortable with lead generation or really connecting. Instead of saying lead generation, maybe we just say connecting. Because a lot of people get hung up on, oh, it's a big work to do lead generation. Just look at it, it's about connecting with people. We are in the contact business, right? You all guys know that. You sign up for that you're in the contact business. So we're gonna talk about how easy it is to connect with people when you choose to do so, right? All right, session 5, generating your leads. Let me make sure I get this thing down. Okay, so our goal here is, of course, to be a real estate expert, you need to do lead generation or connecting, like I said, and then lead follow up, and then that's what's going to eventually lead to transaction. So here's the whole thing about real estate, right? You got to do a lot of talking, right? You got to talk to a lot of people. And then how are those people you find leads? You find people, what are your leads? Anybody tell me what leads are?
Potential buyers, potential clients.
Potential buyer, seller, or investors, right? So you got to first do a whole lot of talking, a whole lot of connecting, where you pull out some leads, right? And then those leads, you'll punish them, you'll stay in contact with them till they become an appointment. An appointment, obviously, you're looking to get contract signed. And when you get contract signed, that generally will lead you to finding a property or being, leasing a property that's eventually going to become buying the property. But I just want you to know it's not as easy as we tend to make it. It's a lot of work. It's a commitment. It's really a commitment. If we know that we got to do a lot of this, so we got a little bit of this. I mean, just look at how many people in this class right now. Let me quickly go through knowing who's in the class. Tell me who you are, how long you've been in business, 2 months, 2 years. Let's quickly go through the class on that. Can we start with you?
My name is Sam Rowe, and I got my license in November. So I'm just starting out.
Hi, Christina Draper. I got my license in December, and I've been working in real estate the past year as an agent assistant.
Awesome. Okay.
I'm Jennifer Schreiner, and I'm signed on with Keller back in October.
Okay. Welcome.
This is Joshua Costa. I got my license in November, and I've been learning about the business for about a year.
Okay. Welcome.
My name is Diana Delvarian, and I got my license right before Christmas.
All right, let's go.
My name is Alan. I got my license in April last year. I've been in the business for about 7 months.
Okay. All right. Miss.
My name is Suzette Banks Major, and I've been licensed since February. No, I passed the test in February. They couldn't verify my name, so I didn't match my license until April. And I've been with Keller Williams since August.
All right, welcome.
I'm Pamela Brown. I've been licensed since 1993, and I'm probably the newest to the business.
Welcome back, right?
Ryan McCarthy, I got my license in December 21, and I signed out here and started my business in October of 22.
All right, welcome. Okay, a lot of newbies. Okay, so here's the cool thing. When you don't know what you don't know, you don't know what you don't know, right? You should just head on into what you know and do it. if you do it well, you're in the right place. Keller Williams is the biggest, training company in the world, as far as I know. Because in Keller Williams, if you adopt the system, not only will you be a great agent, you'll also be a good person. Okay. We have family unions coming up. I'm just gonna do a quick plug on that. If you can go to family union, you should go. And if you go, never leave until after that Wednesday, inspirational breakfast on Wednesday. Because it brings it all together. This is the company that teaches you to be really powerful as you can be. And it's really as you can be. You may choose to want to make 100,000, great. You want to make 250,000, great. You want to make $1 million? We got people making 10 million in this business. We've gone a different level. And when you get to family union, you'll be amazed who you sit next to. You can be next to some dude that just, like look like a nobody, but then he's making 500 million in transaction. Like, wow. This is that company. And then when you stay true, Inspiration Breakfast, it calls in who we are, because you're gonna live private crime, like your soul when you live there. Anyway, did I plug? Let's get into this, right? All of my business have gone through lead generation. So it's really easy for me to teach. This is a little bit of me, and I'm teaching you guys. And again, if I've done a good job, you'll take that little piece of me with you. Okay. So it's about generating leads, so the whole class is really about how do we generate leads, how do we grow our database, how do we capture leads in different things that you do and turn them into contract. Okay. So this agenda, lead generation model, expand your SOI. Now, I've done everything in this business, right? I've bought pay for leads, and I'm going to share with you why Keller Williams is zoning in on SOI more than anything else. We have a lot of what from lead aggregators. You guys know who the lead aggregators are?
Like City or somebody that.
Okay. Zillow is the biggest lead aggregator, right? So market leader. I remember I used to pay for market leader at one time, and they used to send me leads. They send you leads. I was paying, I don't know, maybe like $1,500 every month, and I get all these leads. But these people don't know you from Adam. I don't know how to pull them off on internet and stuff like that. And even with those leads that come through, 100 of them, some of them are just like looking for rentals. I don't know how to pull them up. And you get 100 leads, maybe you get one that can become an actual lead that you want to connect with, that you have a conversation with, to set an appointment with. But if you guys really zone in on your SOI, your sphere of influence, it's so rewarding. Matter of fact, I remember when I first joined this office, we used to be at the Orlando office, and I'll come in and I just be doing lead generation, blah, 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 blah. And this one lady finally came to me like, Harry, I see you do a lot of calls. I said, yeah, how's it going? I'm like, well, I'm doing them, And she said, my first 3 deals, I got it through my family. I'm like, oh. It just shifted my head, like, oh, because I was told, literally since I got into real estate, I went into coaching, because coaching is always something I value in my life and everything I do. So I was with a coaching company, and it was all about lead gen, getting on the phone. And so when she told me that, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna mix a little bit of that now. And I started calling people I know from church, I was Boy Scout dad for a while. All of a sudden, real opportunities start showing up. Where you gotta build here, you gotta build there. I'm like, huh. So Keller Williams, you have the lead aggregators that's out there, doing whatever they do to pull up leads, and you can do that. I'm not saying you can't do that. However, and we'll show you the numbers later on, the numbers of connecting with people how, really worthy that can be. So we're gonna talk about all of it, basically the practices we need to do with lead generation to create business for ourselves. Okay, so we'll start with the lead generator. Okay, so everybody say this. On 3, 1, 2, 3.
My fear is greater than my fear.
There is a book called Eat the Frog. Anybody read that book?
With the frog?
Mhm. Okay.
No.
Okay. The book, obviously we all know what a frog is like, right? It's not a fun thing to eat, right? So the book talks about hit the frog first, meaning that it takes something that's not so pleasant first, and then everything else looks sweet, right? So the fear, the fear of not making money it's gotta supersede the fear of having conversations. And what is conversation anyway?
Just starting a song.
Everybody repeat after me. Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. So that's really what conversation is. We're just having a conversation. You can talk any way you want. You gotta be getting a little bit of that from me today, okay? That was a coaching call I got. Well, I was in a coaching environment, and the coach mentioned that, what is lead generation? It's blah, 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 blah. And then you end with, who do you know? Everybody?
Who do you know?
That wants to buy a home,
That was his item.
sell a home,
Seven.
or invest in real estate.
But it has to be.
That's lead generation. So you can start anywhere. I mean, we all got conversation before, right? I mean, I see many people, before they get into their kind of talking, before, they get here, they're talking. So we can have conversation everywhere, anywhere. And generally, all your conversations is going to fall into 4 things. Anybody familiar with the 4 principle? Can you tell us what it is?
Family.
Oh, I'm sorry. Recreation. What's the E?
What's the D?
Desire.
Dreams.
Dreams. There we go.
So most of the conversation you're gonna have is gonna fall in one of those. All you gotta do is let it end with a purposeful question. That's it. So it's easy when you look at it like that. Now, when you're calling people you don't know, you gotta introduce yourself, and they're gonna probably hang up on you anyway. Right? So it's gonna take a minute. That's why we always say the people you don't know is a 50-to-1 contact. The people you know is a 12-to-2 contact. All right, okay. I gotta stay in the class. I'm I can turn very low there. Yeah. So this is called competencies of a business. You have to, okay, everybody read that. Number one.
Feature, capture, convert to appointments.
Number two.
Present the buyer, sellers, and get that agreement.
Number three.
Show buyers and market sellers.
Number four.
Write and negotiate contracts.
Number five.
Coordinate the sale and closing.
And number six.
Manage the money.
Okay. So basically, they don't want you to get your money and think, you know, let's go pay some bills, everything is all done. No, you know, we actually believe, well, at least from the way I've been taught, when you get your money, first thing you should take out of your money is what?
Taxes.
Pay yourself.
Operating expense.
Saving and operating.
I'm a little bit different from you guys. I believe when I first get my money, first thing is a time,
You what?
a time,
God bless.
okay? I get the tenth out of it first, separate the taxes, savings, and then you know you have some money. And you should put something for your business too, right? You know, so, I was having an argument with somebody that the 90% you spend on yourself or around you is better than the 100% you spend on yourself. If you believe in that stuff. Now, tithing is anything, it could be giving, right? Again, this is a company that teaches you to just be a good person. And to be a good person, you gotta have a heart to give. And I'm gonna tell you this, you're gonna start making money to the level of where you wanna get to. When I used to think it's just about me making money for myself, I did okay. But it was at some level. When I started opening up my spirit to like, okay, I wanna do this for that person, I wanna do this for this people. It changes, you know, you're making money. It changes it. You just gotta look at, I don't know, movie stars, athletes. Just think about it. Some of them, and these people make money at a different level than we are, right? A basketball star can sign up for 10 million a year, or 12 million a year. And yet you'll find out 60 to 70% of them get broke after they start either acting or playing. Interesting thing, a survey was done, the 30% of them that reinvest what they're making into the community, they strive way beyond their careers. Think about it. Again, I don't want to dwell too much off of the agenda here. So the fears, we're going to talk about what holds us up from connecting. What are the main things that hold us up? Can you read the first one there? So they can have some participation.
For me,
Mhm.
I think lead generation is really good.
Is it?
Yes, yes, if you think that.
So, but if we put it down to the conversation we had earlier on, right? The blah, 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 blah. Right? And all you gotta do is ask for business. Does it feel so fun for this one? So the reason why it's so hard is most people don't want to talk to the people they know. Yeah, I guess I've been there too. And the reason why, tell me why is it that we don't want to talk to people we know? You want to bother them? Fear around what?
Of rejection. rejection and also pushing away.
Okay. Anything else?
So maybe might be like, better, or maybe there might be like a sort of like financial status that you're.
Yeah, like all my friends are broke.
But, can you be the one who lead them out of being broke?
Yes,
Supposed to.
it's a mindset.
Yeah. So it's how we show up. Yeah, I think that's the real thing, that we don't want to show up to people that know us because they know us certain way. So I'm a student of Bold. I'm sure you guys have, everybody hear about Bold here before?
Yeah,
Okay, so I've taken 18 Bold classes, so it's all over me.
you take them over and over, each one is different.
I think over and over the same thing.
Okay. And if you take it,
18 of them. Okay, so the reason why I'm saying that is there are some laws in Bold that you learn, and it helps guide, it's like a guiding post of your life. Right? And I think this one is coming up, but a lot of it is going to be coming out of me in our conversation. So, but fear is just that we have your business grow. Okay, this is bold right now. Your business grow to the extent that you do. So you've got to grow, and your business will grow along with you. I remember this one lady, she quit the business now. She was in a class like this. She's like, you know, I'm Korean American, and all these people, they know me, they don't want to talk to me. And I have families that do very well. And I said, how have you been showing up to them? I said, I'm just myself because, you know, I'm doing real estate, and, you know, my cousin sold a house, and they bought another house, and, you know, this is like, it is not too far from me, so I'm sure it's like 1.4, 1.5 million of property. And that just comes out, oh, so I said, listen, you gotta change who you are. They know you a certain way, but people that know you in a certain way, they also know you when you're changing. They know you when you're growing up, when things are a little bit different with you. And this is the real conversation I'm gonna have with you guys, because I want you to stay connected. Okay, second one.
I don't have time to lead generate.
Is that really true?
No.
Because we are speaking, we are speaking all the day long. It does not be directed when you want it to be directed to. You know, and you're gonna see this class, because I went through the whole guide of the class, if we can get through, because I'm doing this in classes, because I'm always shifting different places. But the truth is, we have different conversation all day long. We just need to guide it. And my hope is when you guys leave here, you don't make lead generation a big deal. You actually embrace it. I mean, honestly, if I go a whole day and I didn't have focused conversation, it's like my days, yeah, I didn't do work that day. Now, you know, you probably have to have a shotgun on you, because when I started my business, I had a shotgun on me. I had a shotgun on me to go produce. Right? And sometimes that actually help make you focus on what you need to do. You know, I don't want to go and get you guys all excited if I tell you my story, so let's keep going. So I don't know what to say. What? Now, if you're talking to people you don't know, you gotta know the script to say to them, right? But if you're talking to people you know, you don't need any script. You just need to have a conversation with them. Now, if you haven't checked on them forever, you can't come together and say, hey, you know, I've got to game and ask for a risk. Not the right way. First, you gotta start talking to them. And if you start talking to people about their family, about their work, about their dreams, you know, where you're looking to do, it's just a more intelligent conversation, right? So you will find out when you're talking to people like that, it's easy for them to ask, what are you doing now? Oh, yeah. You know, you can easily like talk about what you're doing in real estate. I need your help. All right, I'm afraid of making mistakes. There's no mistakes. Okay, let me just make sure. I'm gonna keep using this analogy all day long. What is conversation? Blah, 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 blah. Everybody?
Blah, 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 blah,
Blah, blah, blah, blah, blah.
blah, 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 blah,
Blah, blah, blah, blah, blah.
blah.
Who do you know
Who do you know?
Who do you know?
that's looking to buy a home,
That's what the Bible.
sell a home, or invest in real estate?
Or invest in real estate.
If we make it as simple as that, it's not that difficult. Okay? So again, this is kind of like the myths around real estate. So you guys read the myth out with semester with my brother over here.
At the top,
Yeah,
the regular one,
the black.
but I think lead generation is very difficult.
So you are confusing effort with enjoyment. Lead generation is actually easy. See, it's difficult in the effort. It's fun when we're having conversation. There are times when I'm having conversation with people and I take a break like, oh my God, that was a deep one. You know, people talk to you about their family. They talk to you about what's going on in their life. The big time when I'm having a conversation like, okay, let's just pray over this thing together. I remember just a few weeks ago, by the way, I need to do a follow-up to that lady. She was in the hospital with her son, and she said they had to do an operation on the baby and put like they had to put something in the head. And I was kind of there before, and I can just feel a anger, a resentment. She was at Cedars-Sinai, what's it called? Hospital, you know, that Beverly Hills. Cedars-Sinai, okay. And you know, so she's like really upset about what they're doing for a child. And I just felt a resentment. So I said, okay, no, just hold on. Let me just, this is what I'm feeling in my spirit. And I share with her. And she said, yeah, I was really there, Gary. I was really there because I can't, you know, help it. So let's slow down. What you expect is what you get. Let's expect something different. They are there to help you. They're not trying to kill your child. You know, the hospital is there to try and make the child survive. Now, if I talked to her like a few weeks before, and I know when that thing was being put on, because they were going to put on my daughter when I was in the hospital with her, and I refused it. And they brought all this specialists and all that stuff. So anyway, because I've seen children that they put that thing on, it's just very painful for those kids later on. You know, the machine it's not hanging well. So those are deep conversations, right? Now I can come in that conversation and say, oh, who do you know that's looking to buy a home, sell a home? I can't do that, right? But you're present for them in that moment, right? And this is the kind of conversation we can have because most people don't check on people anyway. So if you're checking on people, it just changed the trajectory. I'm telling you, I finished that call, I'm like, whoa, what a call. And I just set the next 15 contacts I made, it just set it up in a different way. I had so much power because I've been aligned with that kind of conversation. And that's what can happen when we are connecting with people we know, and you just gotta be present. You gotta be present for this conversation, yes.
What does that last word, that's on the sentence, I think the camera is hiding it, it says. I was confusing African and enjoying the liberation of African, it's what?
Okay, let's see.
It's just talking or?
You guys have those books too, right?
We don't have, we don't have.
Yeah,
we
we
don't
have-
have-
You can't go with that sort of thing. It's just talking.
All right, so we still have a few more to read. Gary, this is from my class never end on time.
Yeah, you're, I'm done fine.
All right, so who's the next one? Please read the next one.
I don't know what to say.
Okay, so we kind of got into the dialogue about it's really blah, blah, blah. And I'm afraid of making mistakes, right? Lead generation is nothing more than a set of tasks and skills and are well documented. So there's really no mistakes if you just having blah, 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 conversation. Right? If you're talking about somebody's family, oh, my son is playing basketball, it's been really good. You see some people have big thing to share with you, and you just gonna acknowledge like, well, that's great. You're such a great dad, and you're such a great mom, and that will make them feel good. And you can feel, even though you're having a conversation with people, you can feel when they feel good in your response to them and validating them, right? And at the end, plug in the shame, it's really great. Everything's happening to you. I wanted to let you know I'm in real estate, and I really appreciate it if you know anyone thinking about buying a home, selling a home, or investing in real estate. Will you please be sure to let me know about it? And that's it.
It sounds good.
It is that. It really is. Okay. All right. Let's get over it. Okay. So this is a circle of people, right? Just like we are here. In bold, we talk about red dots and green dots. So let's say most of you are red dots, right? And then I get to the gentleman at the end, that's my green dots. So if I talk to you, it's just conversation. And then I get to that one person, like, oh, you know what? I was just talking to a friend of mine, and he said they need to find a place. And I was talking to them, they're telling me that they're looking for a rental, and everything they're looking at is so expensive. It's $4,000, $5,000 rental. Great, that's kind of a lead, right? So all you do is find out more. Do you mind? I'm in the business. Can I, have a conversation with them? Maybe I can help them find the right place. Of course. Maybe it may say for a rental. Now you got to go. Now the skills come into play. You connect with that person, and you have further conversation. Is rental the right thing for you to do? What if I remember people ask me, why is your sales all over the place? Most of the people I know, I talk to them here, right? I was doing an open house in North Redondo many years back. And this lady working, and I'm just talking to her, and the income she has is not enough to buy in that place, right? So I said, cool. This is Redondo. Have you thought about buying just down the street? It's just, he said, well, I work in Mercer. I want to go to, I want something. Well, the income's not trying to get you there. But what if we can go down the street? It's not that far at all. And I had a conversation with her for like 2 years. And finally, one day I say, okay, because every time something comes up in Redondo, that's like, this is many years back where I also spend like 400, 500 at a time. So anytime something comes up that's under 400, it's like, okay, Gary, it's this one here. I'm like, that's a stunning big price. But let me take you there one time. Because she has like $100,000 for down payment. So she feels like with $100,000 down, well, her income really qualify for $300,000 loan. All right. So she feels like anything she can buy, right? So I took her to one auction. They listed the thing at 349. It was a condo in Notre Dame, and we're there. A bunch of people were there, and I knew what was going to happen, but I just had to let her go through that process. And I said, make sure you bring $5,000 cash and share with you. If you get a chance to get it. And went there and they start calling the stuff out, and everybody's, she's raising that stuff. They start at 350 to the center of the drive, 400. Next thing you know, it's like 500, 550. But you just have a conversation with that person, and he ended up buying a house in Londale. I remember like I won 6 or 7 or something. And that house did appreciate a whole lot, right? So you're just connecting with a bunch of people to find the right person, right? And you just don't know. It could be the first person, you may be lucky where the very first person you hit, was a great lead for you. But you have to go through all of them. Because if maybe the second one will not be until the very last one. Or you may not get that first one until the very, you just don't know where it's going to land. That's why you have to stay consistent with it to find it. Okay. So here is what we found. Actually, I was in a KW event last week where they actually gave us a number. So 250 is what they're giving you in Ignite. They actually give us a 210 contact. So basically, what they're saying is if you have connections of 250, now these are connections, people that know you, right? If you have connections of 250, your opportunity is 0.081, which is why I say 16 to 2 or 12 to 2. Is it going to be directly with those people? Maybe, maybe not. But here's my strong belief, and I think over years they find out that's so right. Again, people you don't know is 50 to 1 where you find a lead. People you know is really 12 to 2. So it's probably dropped down a little bit now where they're saying that's 0.81. So that means 16 people you talk to that you know, they're gonna give you 2 referrals or 2 visits. If you're purposely doing it right. So so potential referrals you can get in that database at that ratio is about 25 referrals. And opportunity, so 20 plus 25 opportunity can give you 45 pieces of business. Who won't be happy with 225,000 in the first year in real estate? Is there anybody who won't be happy with that? No. So if we just look at, if you go to the corporate world and you get a job that's okay, we'll sign you up for $100,000 to start. Ain't you gonna be excited about working there? Everything you need to do, you're gonna do it there. So I don't understand why, if we are not doing work for ourselves, where you want to make the same amount, but you don't want to give the same effort. You see that? That's the misconnect that happened with us, that it's my business, and then we don't do what we're supposed to do. This is the potential we have here if we do it right. So your database is your sphere of influence, and Keller Williams, you all know what we use in Keller Williams with that command. Right, it's changed over the years, but command is like a really continually growing CRM. And it doesn't cost you anything because you're already with the company. All right, so anyhow, how so far? What do you guys pick up so far? Like, okay, I got this and this one.
Uh-huh. The blah, 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 blah. Very easy.
And why did that connect with you?
Because some of that start in the front or I'll throw in the middle, but it's very tight at the end of the conversation. But in the front sometimes like turns them off, like, I don't want to talk about real estate, I want to talk about something else.
So you should really always talk about something else and just end with what it's saying.
Right.
And by the way, I remember this from agents in San Diego. He told me, he said, you speak a lot of weight from eating so much. All it does is go out on lunches. It just go out on lunch and say, 5 days a week, he has a scheduled lunch. And he goes to lunch, he pays for the lunch. We just talk about everything, of course, 1 hour of lunch, right? You're gonna talk about everything. You say at the last minute, I was just dropping, hey, I'm in real estate, I needed help. If you know anybody that can help, I'm letting you. And he said, he did that purposefully for like 2 months, and all of a sudden, wow. Of course, in San Diego, his price point is pretty good too. He said it was coming. It was coming. So he kept that as a model to just go have lunches every week. Just for us and start coming. So if you do that and you get 25% of business, $800,000 average business, that'd be pretty good. So he said weekends when he goes out to go show properties and stuff like that. But it was just, and of course, the people you're gonna launch with are people you know. If you go to lunch with somebody you don't know, it's gonna take a minute for that to happen. It's people you know, your cousin, your nephew, people that you do things with already, your neighbors. All right, so let's take a quick 5-minute break if you're to this bathroom, whatever that kind of stuff, and we'll come back. Okay. 3 different levels of this stuff. Let's take a 5-minute break and come back.
Not really. Yeah, I was like taking care of what needs to be taken care of. I mean, I did talk to every friend that was over there and stuff, like my friends and stuff, one of my friends, and she would buy the houses. In there. Because I was to move out and stuff like that, you know, but it was more like the usual. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah, I'm not trying to connect with you, but like, oh.
I got if I was something else. I got this one. That. They're trying to buy it in like 6 months.
You know, far. How many millions was that? It's not for.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah.
It's a new question. I was talking about what I said.
Yeah, look.
It's.
Oh, yeah. You know, like.
Yeah.
You have like a slump. House. It's just, that's just all like. Well, you speak.
Is the city.
Yeah.
I am. Maybe 2 months.
So.
Yeah.
Not for the pleasure.
I can't have that.
So then without it, basically. And when I said these are deals, that, but nothing else. It's all done well, and I was like, oh, kind of fun. So fun. Reposition.
You know, it's awesome.
All right, we're ready?
Yeah. Yeah.
So now that we've already begun lead generation, you have a database and SOI, your sphere of influence. So let's dig into the model, the most important model, your lead generation model. How does that create opportunities for you? Right? You're gonna lead generate. Again, you're gonna have a blah, 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 blah conversation. And then you're gonna create a database. And please if you're really focused on this, this is what's gonna get you to generate that 25 pieces of business the first year. Okay? You talk to people, start with people on your phone. Now, if everybody look in their contacts right now, because a lot of people will be like, oh, I don't, just look in your contacts. Most of you have iPhones, right? Okay, so if you go into your contacts and you scroll down, how many numbers are we having at the bottom?
Only 2 down there.
Okay. So we are gonna have more than 250 numbers in there, sure. Okay? So it's there, and just think about it, those people, you put them in for whatever reason, right? It could be you met them at the game and you had a nice conversation with them, like, let me call you, and you forget to call them. Right? And then, I think somewhere along the day, we're gonna talk about your day yesterday. We picked 3 people to volunteer their day yesterday. And we're just gonna go through what happened in your day. Because we all are connecting with people. We all don't fully connect with people. You go to the gym. There are people you talk to at the gym. There are some people, you don't talk to everybody, obviously, right? But there are some people you connect well with. And you're always having a conversation with them, how you doing, whatever it is. So those things that happen for us every day. And if we just become more purposeful of putting those people into feeding them into your database. Now, of course, most of the time you just get their number. So now, when you have a good conversation, then you can say, you know what, do you mind if I have your address? I want to send you some stuff. I'd like to send you a card. They give that to you. And then when you get, it may be some people you can, it just depends on the age group and stuff like that. Some people you can get their email address right there. Boom, you have a full thing. And that's your goal, to feed your database well. The more you feed your database with contacts, email, and phone number and address, the better your database is going to feed you back. It's going to give more opportunity back for you. So that's the goal. You put them into your database, and you form a relationship with them. Do you mind if I check back with you once a quarter, or twice a year, whatever that may be, right? And that's where the communication, command, everybody knows command. I mean, I don't do electronics that well. But we all still know, I mean, I used to have top producer when I first got started. I just transfer everything from top producer to command. And they have templates of just, I remember one time, I put this lady in my database. I haven't even called her. And the husband called me up and like, yeah, you send us, and I know what he was talking about was something he probably got from the electronic feed, right? I don't know what it is. But it was like he was speaking to their situation at that time, probably about a short sale, what can they do, on their property. They had a duplex in Hong Kong. And I'm like, okay. And I'm just kind of nodding my head, and I figure I'll eventually it will come to me. But I didn't really know what they got on the email, but it was something they got on the email that caused them to create that business. And they sell the duplex. So you manage that, and you cultivate the contacts. You just make calls, and you send emails to them, invite them to events, whatever it is that you're doing. And even sometimes it's just because you maybe on social media, you tell them you can sell a house, and they like the house you sold. Hey, I love the house. Can you get that for me? Whoever that may be. So that's how those business automatically comes up. So be comfortable to make the right connections and put them in, and then feed them. Right? And I mean, I know for the younger people here, your database may be your social media. If you're connecting with people in your social media that's following you, and you see they're checking you out every time, or they're making a response to some of your postings, then call them on a personal level. even if you don't have their phone number, you can, I believe some people have called me through Facebook or through, what's that red one?
Instagram?
Messenger. Yeah, and I see the number calling me, it's like a messenger, like, okay, if we just track it down that way. People have come through WhatsApp, people that know me, I don't like WhatsApp that much, but I think somebody was doing something with my WhatsApp and it went off. And just last night, this guy's like, Gary, I sent you 3 properties that I'm interested in. You didn't respond. I said, what did you send me to? He said, well, send me to WhatsApp. I'm like, dude, I don't even look at WhatsApp. So I had to figure a way to get to it and look at those properties. Which, holy moly. Oh my gosh.
You supposed to call.
Yeah, excuse me 1 minute. I said, can you come out for a second, please?
Make that money.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
She was all.
Oh, she was.
No, this.
Oh, you did.
Sorry about that, guys. So it's a good thing I'm teaching the class. So you fit it in and then opportunities happen from there. So now let's talk about, a lot of people get caught up with, I want to do a lot of marketing. Okay, so our goal is to show you the difference. And you do need both. I'm not saying don't do this other products. Like I said, I subscribed to Market Leader at one point. And every lead you send your way, they charge you for it. You have those pay-per-click, leads that you pay for. And you can get leads from them. They're just not good leads. I mean, even Zillow, I pay for them. I'll get maybe 1 or 2 business a year. I'm paying $500 every month for it. All right. And I'm actually paying Zillow so that they don't send my leads to somewhere else. If somebody went after a listing I have. But anyway, here's the thing.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah, just quickly. Zillow, you can get lead generation from Zillow. You can
get leads from them. Yeah, you can pay them.
Really? Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but a lot of clients are smart now. So it's still a maybe thing. You get 5 leads, turn out maybe 1 can turn out to be an actual opportunity. Okay, so prospecting and marketing. Prospect is proactive lead generation. You are the cause of that lead generation. Marketing is passive. You're sending stuff out and hoping it connects with somebody and they call you back, right? So it can be, your lead generation can be marketing based, it's money intensive, it's passive, it's long-term results. Just be aware of that. You got to put money into it. I think I farmed an area for 4 years and I didn't get any lead from that place. And I went, before I come an area, I went and done up all the neighbors and stuff, and I used to live there too, I lived there for 7 years, so that's why I'm like, okay, let me find this place. I didn't get one single lead from it. Right, it can be long-term result. Matter of fact, when I started thinking about farming, the guy that said, Gary, if you're gonna do it, make sure you put 18 months into it. See the results in 18 months. Be committed to whatever the process in 18 months. So, if you're gonna farm, I want to recommend farming a big area at a start, maybe a community where you can meet everybody there consistently 3 times around the year. And then maybe, and even so, it may not get you any business, but it may get you 1 or 2 business. So prospecting, time intensive, you gotta put time into it. It's proactive, and you get immediate results. If I call a person, like I call like them last night, it's someone that's in my phone. Hey, I sent you this property that I want to buy. Can you help us with it? I'm like, I don't know. Anyway, we may have an opportunity there because it's people that and I left a message for him. Because here's the thing, everybody's different. People I know, if I leave a message for them, I actually still make it as a contract. Because people all they gotta do is hear from you, right? Number one, they will probably listen to the whole message. People, when just think about it, when you're at home or some, first person call come in, all you do is hang up, right? And if they leave a message for you, this is late. You don't even listen to the whole thing. But somebody is different. You'll play the whole thing back, right? So that's the way. That's why that if you call people you're gonna get better immediate result from them. Okay? And don't say because I'm young, other people I know, well, if you show up well for those people, their parents, their aunties, their uncles, their cousins will do business with you because you show up well. You may still be young, but you show up well with that. So that's what you're looking at. So we're going to talk about the relationship management. Your database is a container that holds the information of your leads and contacts. It used to be back in the day we have index cards. Matter of fact, when I first started this business, I had index card. I used to have this stack of index cards, and I would just go through each index card and I'm checking. Okay, I talked to this person today. I talked to this person. This other one, right? So that's what you and then you come back around and come back and still picking them up. Now it's electronically set up for us. You put everything in there, and then a smart database allow you to have planned and meaningful communication with your database, which is what Command does for us all. There's so many different templates in Command. You want to communicate to the buyers, you want to communicate to sellers, you want to communicate to neighbors. They have all these set plans. All you got to do is set it up. So automatically, you don't have to do anything. Now, the only thing I recommend is talk to them at least 3 times a year. First time you talk to people, they kind of remember you. The second time they hear from you, they're holding you up. The third time is pretty much sealed in there, what you do, right? And I can share some of my regrets. I remember I was at a church And I love photography, and, I used to be in a business of photography, so I had all these cameras. I've always had a lot of cameras, from my kids. And so anytime we have an event at a church, I have a Olympus printer, which is a really good printer. You can print about 10 prints off of it. So I'll print all the pictures for people, and I don't charge them anything, even though the print costs me some money. And in there, I was putting, Gary Nick's real estate, so if they have any need, blah, blah. But it was still kind of a passive thing when we have events and I'm taking photography. And so this one particular time, this one's oh, Brother Gary, oh my God, I forgot you are in real estate. I'm like, why? So I just got an escrow on a property. I literally just was going down the street, there was a new construction, and I put in a bid for it. I'm in escrow now. So, and at first I was mad, like, wow. And then I realized the guy's not in my database. He knows me that I'm a real estate, but somehow I didn't have him in my database. So there was no connecting with him to happen. By the way, I ended up selling the house for them 4 or 5 years later. But that first opportunity, I missed it because it was not in my database. So at that point, it's like, okay, I put everybody in. So at least they're getting something for me. Either I'm calling them or not, they're getting something for me. So yeah, it's really important to put people in there and really focus on people you know. My database at this point is pretty big. So what we do is we create connected people. Now I still need some people in there that I know very well that I don't connect. I'm kind of sifting through that. There's just too many people. One time I tried to call everybody. I realized I can only talk to one person a year, and they don't know you well in one call. They know you better in 3 calls, or at least they remember you better in 3 different contacts of the year. And if they are like your really top people that's always sending you photos, maybe one more call, but don't call everybody 4 times. You're gonna turn them out. Yeah. Okay, so your list are people you have earned the right to at least have a one-way conversation with. And your contacts are people you've held a 2-way conversation with, and whom you've established a value-based relationship with. That's, obviously your list is somebody that's saying that they're thinking about doing either buying or selling real estate, right? And put investment there, even though the market is different. If people want to invest, they need to invest out of state or something, you get a referral, right? So that's still cool. So the relationship must be attended to, cared for, and cultivated. So that's the key in connecting with people and having conversations with them and being present for them, right? Show you care. If you just show you care a little bit to people, that's enough for them to send you stuff. If they know you care, you're there for them. And how are you there for them? You validate what they say. Other frustrations that they share with you, you validate it, right? In hearing it and trying not to be judgmental on them. So that's I'm really okay. When does this class end? 12?
No, 2.
And here's a 2. Oh, okay. All right.
Or whatever you want.
Okay. Now I just want to make sure we're going to put in some time to have those conversations. Okay. All right. So types of communication. Of course, phone call. How often should we do phone calls? I'm sure everybody's listening to me all this time, right? How often should we do phone calls?
Every day.
So yeah. Email. how often should you do that?
Once a month, maybe.
46. Okay.
Well, if you're gonna do 36 times a year, that's more than once a month. It's, it's almost 3 times a month. But most email templates you have is 33 or 36 touches. Or it could be 33, and then you send stuff on the holidays, Thanksgiving, every holiday. That's a touch too, right? Text messages. So phone call or text message is fine if you get a response on a text message. So, for the younger folks, that does texting, I mean, I even have some lenders that they don't, no matter how much I call them, they ain't gonna call me back, they'll send me a text back. So you have this generation where text is text. So text, and if they respond, you can consider that as a contact. And then face-to-face is the most powerful thing you can do. So when you can't get face-to-face with people, that's where, things happen. So it's you want to talk, and then the KW app, by the way, if you just send your KW app to everybody you have on your database, everybody that knows you, people you don't know you, they're not going to click on it. People that know you, like, look, I'm going to send you my app in case you're having a look at any property. Guess what? They click on that thing, you're gonna hear back. You're gonna get an email on your Kelly that this person is looking at so place. So that's very, very valuable. Okay. Any other form of communication we can do? Huh?
Door drop, door to door.
Okay, that's right, you can do that. But we're talking about people yeah. What other form of communication or
Social media.
social media, connecting with them? Don't forget about the lunches. Okay? Go on lunches with people. It's actually very powerful. Because you spend quality time with them, and it could just be going to Starbucks right away, so you don't have to always make it where you're going to lunch. So just, let's have coffee together, ice cream together, So summertime is coming up for that. So when your database will generate leads for the firm in the form of new, repeat, or referral business, that's again, the 12 to 2, you 12 to 2 contacts. And by the time you talk to 12 people, there will be 2 people that one of them will want to do business, and the other person give you a referral, or you get 2 referrals. That's what that's implicating. And this will test out over time, if you're consistently connecting with them, sending your email drips to them, and then you make it more powerful when it's person-to-person form of connection, right? It's more powerful, and you'll get the result that you want, based on that. Okay. So let's put it all together. So lead generation never ends, because we never end. Nobody ever end. Is there anybody that that a whole day I'm not gonna talk? I'm just gonna keep my mouth quiet a whole day. We never do that. Some people overly talk. Right? They're on the phone like, God, leave.
Even our spouse.
So we're always gonna be able to talk. And we just gotta find those people to talk, blah, 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 too, right? So it never ends. And if, listen, if you're talking to, I always look for the 20 contacts, but if you're talking to people 10 people a day, it's gonna amount to much. You know, if you just focus, how many of you have 250 people in your man right now?
We're in trouble.
Okay,
We're working on it.
how many of you have at least 1,000 people in your phone? Oh, good. All right, let's go for it. Everybody gonna do phone out. Put up your contacts. I want to see the very end.
Oh, I have an iPhone.
You have an iPhone? Isn't Grace supposed to be smarter than iPhone anyway?
No. 17.
217, yes.
I like 83.
83?
Yeah, I deleted a lot.
Yeah, I deleted a lot.
I'm in a process.
I was done.
Why are you deleting people and supposed to talking to people?
You met them once?
Yeah, I met him once, like 10 years ago. I didn't
Yeah.
know how to go anywhere.
Correct.
But that's when you reconnect with those people. You've met them once before.
They
Right,
don't,
you
you
can tell
can't
I'm
remember you.
They're watching. Didn't delete a lot of.
They learn them.
Oh, I'll tell you on that. You just hit the bottom, like, when you're scrolling,
All the way down.
there's like a number sign, hit the number sign,
Okay.
mine says 601. Like scroll, and once you start scrolling, the little numbers. will
Even
come
when you
up.
get on the app,
Which one do you think?
950.
150?
Yeah.
Okay. 600?
Or 60.
70. Okay. So here's the deal, guys. And I hope the thing about me is I like people to get into action. Again, I'm telling you, somebody here did what they were supposed to do, and they were the number one in 3 years. This guy is number one agent in our office. Okay. Now, and I remember he came to my house when I had a little picnic for everybody. We talked, and he asked me again, Gary, what was it? He was saying at the place. I said, look, you know a lot of good people. Take action in there. And he started, so like, okay, I'm gonna focus now. And I saw last year, 2 years ago, its numbers was way up. And this time around, you gotta do it everybody. So it's just being focused on who we know. Those are source, and you guys have to be purposeful. If you set up, I don't know, 2-3 hours, and you just calling those people and boom, you put in them, you may not have all the information there, right? All the, the address, email and whatnot. Command allows everything. Right? It allows everything. So even if all you can do is call them back on the phone, you call them back on the phone. And if you can come back on everything else, you call them back on everything else. So be purposeful. Get them in there. The three things they were told at the shift over drive. I don't know how many of you went to the stuff that happened in Seal Beach.
Oh, Friday.
Yeah. So it's you get them in, you set them on a smart plan and you do a neighborhood touch. And of course, the neighborhood you will need your address to do that. You do those three things, it's going to create opportunities for you. This is when Kennedy tell you to do something, to do it. Okay. Gary Keller 2 years ago, when COVID came, he said, I want you guys all to do care calls. And I was so thankful that I listened to him. It was just a webinar with Gary Keller talking to everybody. And I listened to him that year. I usually don't open those webinars. And I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do that. Now the best day of my life right here. You know, so you guys listen to what they tell you to do, you do it, you'll be doing, you'll have great results. Okay. All right. So the timing, the size, and the key thing is to time block for it. Right? When we have the most energy.
Yeah.
It depends. You're a morning person or a night person?
Is there a night person and a morning person?
Yes,
There really is.
I'm not a morning person.
I think it's something you feed your brain. What you tell yourself is what your body responds to yourself. You know, my daughter was like, oh, Darren, I'm not like you, I don't like to get up early in the morning. But guess what? When she has a class that she needs to study in the morning, she's up in the morning. So it's just, we tell ourselves the story. It's no morning person, night person. It's just when you have the most energy. It's given that when you first get up, whatever time you get up, that's when you have the most energy, right? So put in the time in a story at a time. And you guys don't know, when I first started this business, I had frustrations on when to make calls, how to make calls. And my thing at that time, my daughter was, pretty sick then. And so at my house, we have usually a caregiver or a nursing assistant comes and assists us. And I can't make calls at home because it was like a vegetable. So my frustration, I was like, by the time, and sometimes the nurses don't show up, or they show up late, blah, blah. So I'm going through the frustration, and I went to this coaching program, and I kind of volunteer myself, like, okay, how do I do calls when I can't do this, blah, blah, blah. And the guy said, okay, Gary, I'm going to give you an advice. Your best time to prospect is when you have the time. And I'm like, what do you mean? So, well, you say sometimes nothing's going to show up, so you can't do anything, right? And so, yeah. So I say, at the end of the day, does somebody else show up? I say, yeah, my other daughter come back from the store and they can check me out. So, okay, that's your best time to prospect. So sometimes it's at 2 o'clock when I'm relieved that I can come into the office and make calls. It doesn't matter. I've been involved where we make calls, and we're going to make calls this afternoon here. Again, especially when you call people they have time for you. People you don't know do not. They do not. You can catch them, sometimes when they will pick up the phone, right? The people you know will pick up your phone. And it's just whenever time you make a call. Now, we know there's distraction that happens during the day, right? Now, once the day goes on, there are more distractions. Even when you're at the office, you got people walking around, your classes going on. So it's good to focus, zone in when you come in, before the distraction comes up, right? Now, there are times when I have to deal with other stuff, and I don't get to start prospecting until the evening. And I'll just still do it. It's still, if you miss it, you got to replace it. But it's so much easier when you have energy and everything going for you to make the call. And it's again, it may not be all calls, it may be on social media, you're making just putting time for it, and this opportunity happens for you. Okay. And the timing, so now when we are purposeful, we make our database, we now divide our time where at least you can connect with them 3 times a year. So I hear somebody is like 94. Now, even if you have 94 people on your phone, if you call those 94 people, I guarantee you they're gonna connect you with this or that person And I've been in a class where somebody called and they got 11 referrals, got one person,
Oh, wow.
you know. So, and you put all those people in, all of a sudden you're adding up, and your database is getting bigger and bigger, right? But focus on getting 10 people in there and do the 3 things and change your life. Ha-has. We're not gonna take a break. I just want some ha-has from this lead generation model. What do you guys pick up from there? And at least one person tell me to pick up something.
Think of, when you communicate with, people that is close to you, for example, if you want to like create more intimate, friendship, you talk topics to talk about with your friends, or family. I mean, to talk about their job, their interests, or whatever they got going on at the time. So key things to just bond. Then after that, talk about just strengthen the relationship.
Okay, you keep that. Yes,
Something, like I said, my friend is KWF.
nice.
I just didn't want to see how it works.
Okay, cool. By the way, when they using that app and encouraging use this app, anytime you're looking at property, forget Zillow, look through this app right here. Even if you want to look for rentals, look through this app. The app at least will be notifying you that you're looking in this area, they're looking at that area. Just keep your eyes on Kelly. Yes.
One friend needs to. And it goes.
I think for me, it was more like, it's not that hard, we just make it hard for ourselves, kind of just starting it, right? Because this is so much we have to learn that we don't know where to start, but that's where the systems come in. And you just, because if you think about it, you add one person command, you put them in a smart plan, and then your next goal should be add their email address or whatever. And then just create one lunch, and that's it. And then you create those, it will be easier, but it's just starting and just like, so much is just like, where do I start? But it's not much hard.
So the commitment I'm hoping you all take from here. Please, because I want you all to be very successful. To be so successful that obviously you won't give a damn about me tomorrow, right? Because you're doing so well for yourself. Is make commitment to put people in command. Now, start with your phone, easier way to start is your phone number and your private emails. So you all have a Gmail account or Yahoo account, go in there. There've been people that have been sending you stuff that, well, they've been sending you stuff, put them in command, and you send them stuff too. Right?
And also like on social media, I think Facebook, you can get their email address.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think so.
if they put it on there, most of them do.
Yeah, so you could do that and just add, and then people that you have on friends on Facebook, they're connected, if they're already seeing your stuff. That could be one way.
So that's really, again, remember, we're in a relationship business. And we have to have relationship. We have to relate to people. You have to establish a lot of friends. You're not in a business where you don't want to talk to nobody. You're in the wrong business. And you have to have a heart to forgive yourself and forgive people too. Okay? Because one friend, I find out in my life, in my business, so to speak, the calls I don't want to make are the most rewarding calls. The person you don't want to talk to are the most rewarding. Again, you just have to take bold. People bold to fill that out. We involved as a time where we make calls, and I always make that call to those people I don't want to talk to. And it's always rewarding, literally like 100% of the time. And I don't know how sometimes even somebody I've done a transaction with, that the transaction went bad. If you can be strong enough to reconnect with them, holy moly. All of a sudden they send opportunities your way. Because they understand most people do not forgive when they've done wrong to them. So this is a business that you have to develop that kind of thing. You gotta develop that kind of thing. Maybe a buddy of yours like, oh, he did me wrong, we play basketball, it may be whatever, where this person did, or they tell, I told them something, they want to tell these other people something else. Whatever that may be. But if you make the call, and I think it's a hang up we have with our sphere, right? Because our sphere know us and we know them, right? And however we've shown up before, but I'm just telling you, you can change that trajectory because a young man I know here changed that and things are happening for him. Okay? And that can happen for you too. Anyone of you? Okay.
Gary, you
Yes.
know how to just understand.
Yeah, it's getting really good in here.
Oh, it's getting cold now?
Yeah.
Yes, it was hot before. I have no idea. I have, okay, so so you guys feeling cold right now? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Initially it was warm. Where the insurance I went to the
I know, staying the same, but
It's like.
it takes off to go on there.
So where would you open this up?
Yeah, you should open it, it's colder out there, but shut off. Just went out.
No. I think that's only gonna be different. The close this up and this is what. Okay, I think it's the one up.
Yeah.
This is the one up. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the spirit. I like this picture that's coming up. Yeah. All right, so that's kind of, I want to kind of play a game with this picture here. Tell me your, I'm just gonna point to everybody, tell me picture number 1, picture number 3. What do you see there? And how do you relate that to yourself? Okay. Let's start with you on picture number 1. Look at that, I can see it can work. So picture number 1.
Friends gardening together.
Anybody else? What else you guys see here?
Two people enjoying doing whatever they're doing in that moment, yeah. Yeah, farming, maybe.
See something different?
Could be a hobby there.
I think a lot of it's somebody.
Okay.
Just two young people.
Okay. You see, the pictures are always different perspective. That's kind of what I'm trying to get to. They're always different perspective. Okay, how about the second one?
At the gym.
At the gym, relaxing with your.
Okay, so at the gym, how many of you go to gym sometimes? Okay, great. So do you meet a lot of people at the gym?
Yes,
Depends.
all the time.
Do you take classes and stuff like that?
It's all-
So of those people you've been talking to, is there anyone that you exchange numbers with?
Yes,
One?
a few actually,
Okay.
yeah,
Can you be more purposeful to get like 4 or 5 people at the gym?
yeah.
So I just want you to see where sphere of influence develops, right? Okay. Let's go to this picture here.
Volunteering and food.
What do you think?
At a grocery store.
Shelter, food bank, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So at the so it could be at a grocery store. You mentioned what?
Food bank, like a.
Food bank, like volunteering.
Service.
Okay. So can it be our community center in your neighborhood that you go to?
Yes, sure.
If you go there not just one time, if you get there, 3 times, do you think you can make some friends there?
Yeah.
Right? So that's fear. Right? If you're purposeful, so for somebody that have 94 contacts, right?
I think it was 80s.
In 84. Okay, so this is how you add more to your contacts, right? By going to the community center and showing up there for a few times, right? And staying connected with those people, right?
That's.
Bless you.
So, well, this one here, what could that be?
Which one?
Someone having lunch,
Oh, that one.
having lunch,
Dinner time.
So maybe it's going to Starbucks, going to your favorite Starbucks. If you have one that you've been going to consistently, right? And people that you've been talking to there, right? And this is how Spare is developed. I just want you guys to see that. This is how Spare is developed. You have you're gonna start with your family, right? Most of us have siblings, cousins, nephews, nieces, uncles. All right. You start with those people first, right? And say, I'm in real estate business, and you put their name down, you get the information, you start sending them stuff. Will those people want you to succeed?
Yes.
Right? There was an agent, I don't know if she was here. Her family member, she said she gave him like $500 every time they send her a referral, and she was loaded with referrals from her family members. I mean, loaded, and they were like $1 million deal here, $1.2 million here, and so she's like, okay, I'm gonna keep this going. So now she started reaching out to our sisters, friends, right? So it's that's how your spirit is developed. That's how it becomes big and bigger and bigger, right? And then you just do your contact with them, and opportunities happen for you. All right, so categories that your sphere of influence come from. Like I said, immediate family is number 1. And usually, it depends on who you are. Even when you're the only child, then your parents have somebody else. They have their uncles. It's just changing our trajectory with these people, how we show up with them, right? If you're the one that everybody wants to talk to you, you don't want to talk to them. Yeah, I have this one lady here. It's like, Gary, I don't want to talk to anybody I know. I'm like, oh, okay. And she's no longer in the business. I didn't want to say anything that day. Like, can you change your you have to change your attitude so that things can change for you, right? You have to change your disposition so things can change for you. And she was held the time that, no, I'm not going to talk to anybody I know. I don't want to, I just want to do it outside. So and I think she was making calls, but that did not furnish her well enough, so she went back to a 9-to-5 job. So we are in a business where you gotta be comfortable with dealing with people you know. And seriously, KW is developed, they find out, because you can only fight so much. The aggregators out there, they have more money. They have more marketing than you can do, right? However, there's nothing that's not gonna, if somebody says, you're my cousin, I want my cousin to get this business, guess what? You got that business. I had a listing I was pursuing, I think in South Redondo. It's like a $2 million listing. And I was right there to get a listing, and guys like, I'm sorry, my cousin, my niece actually just got a license. And I have to give out the business. I'm like, you're gonna give out a $2.3 million, you know. Hey, he gave it to her and she ended up selling the house. Yeah. Yeah, so that's the, and, you know, I actually went to show the listing to somebody, because that's how I got a lead, because I was looking for a property for this particular person. And I saw the lead, it's like, okay. And she said, I don't know what I'm doing, but, what do I show this again? I would have to show how to use a super. Right? But because she's that person's cousin, she got the business. So it's good to know people you know will vouch for you, and if they want you to get a business, you're gonna be it. It don't matter what your competition is. You could be competing against the best agent in the world, and you still get it. So why can't we just do more of that? They come easily for you. Okay. So relatives, neighbors, past co-workers, hobbies, sports groups, teachers, worship or volunteer place, professional services, financial legal services, personal services. Actually, my Suze, I mean, she's missed me on a couple of listings though. I don't like that. She always talking about it after it's already done. Like, really, why didn't you tell me before you guys put it in the market? Oh, Gary. And then she asked me all kind of question about the listing. But those kind of people can still be viable if they know what to do, right? Home auto services, your favorite mechanic. You know, you take your car there. Even though I used to take when I have tire program, I used to go to American Tire. I don't do that anymore. But I actually did have one contact from back then. And I think they left that business anyway. So any people this is how your sphere grows, right? How many of you can think of 10 family members that you can add to your database? Can you think of 10 family members? Yeah. It doesn't mean direct family. It could be, aunts, it could be you have a whole lot of sibling that they get married, and then the people that, because you know them when you go visit them and all that stuff, right? So we can have, friends. Plug in, if you go to high school, locally, all your high school friends, that you connect with, that's a great place to start. There's even the ones that are not doing well, don't say because they're not doing well, they still know people, right? One of the guys I know from 40 years ago is a handyman, when he didn't finish college, it's been handyman business now. But still connected on him. I mean, it was one big money when they sent me referrals. But it still gives me referrals every now and then, right? So it's just all of this. If you all sit down and say, okay, you will get 200 people from this list right here. If you focus on those 200 people, you can put them down. I just want you guys to see how this is so tangible business for you now. It's tangible business for you. Okay. All right. Okay. So categorizing your sphere of influence. Jesus, man. I'm just wondering, I got calls about me. 20 calls to respond. That's my contact today. It's 20 calls, and they're all calling from people I know, whatever. All right. So I think maybe we just move on with this activity, because we cannot, identify that, right? But let me just make sure. I'm trying to move quickly. No, let's not do that. Everybody get a pen and paper out. Yeah.
Let's do Larry Lane.
Yeah, so, what we're gonna do is, well, let me go to the previous slide. Uh, the person, I know everybody always like to win something, so the person that wins is the person that come up with the most list, okay? So I want you on each one of these, I want you to think through everybody you know, and just the name, everybody get different approaches. Your family, just like one, the name, 1, 2, 3, get us, let's see how many you can get for each group. Okay? So family, cousins, names, write down the name there. So supposed to write a name down. Yeah.
Doing some paper, we're doing that. I'm just good. I'm good. Where, when. I did.
You have a little.
The one that's in category.
The list. Already saw that.
Yeah, there you go.
But not everybody.
No, I just, yeah. I got it.
So what maybe what we'll do is this, because if you're all doing each one, it will take forever to get done. So I'm gonna start with her. You pick number 1, immediate family. I want to get the list you have. Number 2, you pick up friends. 3, relatives. 4, the neighbors. Write the names of your neighbors that you know. Okay. Past co-workers that you remember, write them down. Oh, this works well. Sports group for Alex. And I said every teacher that you remember, every teacher you remember.
I have nobody's contact, none of my teachers.
No, I said you remember their names. Every teacher you remember. Okay. My sister, what's your name again? Suzette. So every person at church, volunteer place that you remember, just the names. Think again, you will know somebody.
I know a lot. I'm the president of an organization.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
Professional services that you can remember of, sister there?
Pamela.
Pam? Okay, so any, that means your doctors,
Just write 10 and up those.
yeah.
Come up with 10.
And then, any personal service person that you know of. Personal. Yeah, personal services that you know. So let's see what those numbers are for each person. That should be a much quicker, because time to everybody is impossible.
Is there any way I can switch it to hobby?
No.
That's what they gave us.
He could be considered.
This is just forcing our brain to concentrate. Because when we concentrate, we're gonna remember. I mean, I can still remember, I went to school, Jesus Lord. The last time I finished college was 1988. I still remember Dr. Zacharias, right? Dr. Zacharias was, a liberal counselor, or speaks like a there are some teachers that connect with you, right? I have two teachers like that I cannot forget. Dr. Zacharias, when I take his class, he always pray everybody, so I fight so hard to get a B out of his class. Dr. Sims, I remember that too. I mean, it's just, if it's 2 or 3, just concentrate your brain to pull those people out. Okay, so you guys got 1 minute. That party going on right now? If we go ahead, so this class is supposed to finish at 2. If we don't take a break and we just finish at 1, will you guys be okay with that?
Yes.
Okay. Because 2, I'm hungry by 2. 1 o'clock, my body can hold up. We'll still take a 5-minute break and then take. All right. Okay, time out. All right, so let's start with immediate family. How many numbers we get? How many names we get? 10. Great, good job. All right, friends?
I have 6, like that I talk to pretty daily, or not daily, but you know. Top friend.
Very good. Relatives?
1.
Really?
I don't have a very big family and they mostly live in Texas.
Okay.
We only have like 5 people.
And this, why, how come you said 1 instead of 5?
Because I'm talking about like my mom and my stepdad, a bunch of people, they don't know anybody.
Oh, who told you that?
They know.
They don't have their name?
I talk to them daily though,
Okay,
but
so,
they live in Texas. What
okay.
we're gonna do with that?
I'm from Texas there and you only by yourself.
Right. Yes. We know them.
All right, let's all brainstorm for a while. Is there any family members you can pick up? So when you move here, can you give us a little background? You moved here for a job or just?
Yeah, I moved here for a job. I worked for a property management company. So they moved me here to manage their property insurance.
Okay. All right. All right. Can you guys help me out here?
I mean, I'm in the same situation, but
And
I'm not from here.
All right.
Did you make contact, Jennifer, with any of your property management family?
So,
Did you?
Wait, I'm not good. Do you live in apartments?
yeah, I live in apartments, so I
That your neighbors around where you live, you could create relationships, but
oh, yeah, for sure. I feeling that absolutely. I want to like, you know, go here, nothing problem.
it's not gonna be, we're trying to see if we're right with this. Okay, like that, okay. Neighbors, How many you think?
Got plenty of those.
10.
10 neighbors, awesome. All right. Past coworkers, how many? you think?
23.
Nice,
Yeah, there are more, but if I really think, I'll
okay,
remember all of them.
I love that, I love that. Okay, how many years, sport girls?
10, oh, you said 10 max,
I thought you said pick 10.
big 10, yeah. Put in
You want us to pick that as many as we can think of.
Yes.
Well, actually,
This tissues, how many?
I got 5.
And you didn't think you could come up with anything before, right? So you see when, so if you make effort to contact them, and they show up differently to them, right? Because, some teachers love you, and some teachers are like, you are that girl that gave me all the part time. And then you show up differently. Show up today matters, right? Forget what was yesterday. You could be the worst student for somebody, and you could be a great student for somebody else, right? But how you show up today, it does matter. Okay, so what's your exam? Or you can say you got a whole lot, right?
No, he's 64 now.
And you're not all the 64 in your database. So mark your email for your command and put your names in it and search a Spanish person's phone number. And then when you have a conversation with them, when I like to send my business card, they will like, oh, what address can I send my business card with? They will give it to you. So your database is 64 people. huh?
No, I have 5 notes for my club members, so you're saying merge it into your email? I
Yeah.
merged my contacts and my phone list.
Okay,
I forgot I did that to them,
okay.
but
And then you start putting the name next to them and their phone number, and then when you start calling each person, start asking them, if you don't mind, I want to send you my business card. And after talking to them, we talk about the blah, 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 blah language, right? Talking to them, what's going on, they will share what they need to share. How about you, great, I'm glad you asked about that. I'm in the real estate business. And I want to send my business. What can I know business? They give you the business, you put it in. And especially if you have the email already, I'm gonna send you just a reminder, I'm gonna send an email that lets you know what's going on in your neighborhood. I want to be your neighborhood expert. Right? Somebody will call you up and say, hey, this property, we kind of like that, if they rent us. What do we have? Professional services.
Oh, that's me, 11.
Awesome. And personal services?
6.
So do you guys see how our database is already over 200 right here? Right? I know it's one person doing one thing, but if each person goes into all these parts, you will build that database. And now, what I want you guys to see is the difference, okay? Because a lot of people want to call people they don't know. Your money.
Actually, I have an idea for Jennifer. Okay. So she says she was in property management. It's in Texas.
And,
So you old boss or whatever, maybe they have an agent they use. You can refer your family to that agent and get referrals from
From in Texas or?
them. Yeah. So use your family in Texas, the five you have out there,
Right,
and send them to partner with that agent.
yeah, that's what I'm actually talking to her about, because she's in real estate, she does, loan officer. So we're been brainstorming back and forth. She has a few people that actually work for Keller Williams in Dallas. So we're getting connected with those people, so.
So
But thank you.
So again, you guys remember the numbers. People you don't know is 50 to 1 to find business from them. People you know is 16 to 2. How many of you want to pursue 16 to 2 or 50 to 1? If you had a choice.
I would say 50 to 1.
6.
16.
Oh, the people, that's the people you know. I'll take the 16 and two.
So let's put our energy where the result comes from. And if you're we put the right energy in there, so we categorize everybody, the sphere of influence. That's what we just do. So now we build our sphere of influence day by day. So if day one, we all write down all our family members and make sure that all of those people are in there. And day two, we go to our friends and we put them all in there. Get as many contacts, most of us have all the stuff for our friends anyway. We have their email, we have their phone number, we have their address already. Just put it in. Okay? And don't say my friend is this person and that person. No, start with them. Start with them, and then you'll build up. I used to do role play with an agent from Orange County, and she went to an open house of this $3 million home, and she was taking a picture and put it on social media. And one of her high school friends called her, hey, I forgot the agent's name. Linda or something like that. What's her name? She's a friend from high school time, because she actually went to high school in like Fullerton area. But this property was in Orange. And she posted, and the friend said, oh, I didn't know you do business like that. I have an uncle that wants to sell their house so they can go buy a cabin by the beach. They want to buy a small cabin, they want to downsize. She took a $3.3 million listing and then go sell them a $1.2 million property. Just because she posted, and it was a high school friend that's part of a database. It was social media, I'm just saying that if you don't know what you don't know, sometimes, even the people that went to high school with you that's not look like they're doing well, they may know somebody else. Some people just choose to do whatever they're doing by themselves, right? You just don't know where the connection is. But we know if you call these people. So the conversation that always comes out of my mouth is that we believe that 1 of 6 people is either going to be buying a home, selling a home, or investing in real estate. Directly or indirectly. And if that conversation comes out of your mouth, you're going to get that opportunity. You get what you expect. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Okay. So everybody say this board law together. 1, 2, 3.
Change the way it's not gonna
Can anybody explain what that means to them?
Perhaps mindset again, it goes to changing the way you think, and then that results into a change. So as a man thinking, so it's so you have to adjust thinking.
Okay. Regarding the conversation we've been having regarding our database, what does that mean to somebody else? Having an open mind.
He was with that. And not take the break.
All right. Anybody else? See, everybody wants to get into real estate and call it into their own book. Because they don't care what happens to those people. Right? If they blow you up, toss you out, whatnot, you can move on to the next point. Now, let's talk about what really holds up as most of us are in college before we know. The fear of rejection, right? Because if your sister tell you, oh hell no, I'm not gonna deal with you, I'm gonna do business, you're gonna take it very personal, right? It's gonna like break your down. But you're gonna get the same thing with people you don't know anyway. Right? So. Okay. This is funny. You don't know him, so he doesn't, does he still talk to you? Yeah. He still talks to you. Okay. Sure. So now, so what I want you to see is the numbers. The numbers are those people you know are still gonna do, even the people that blow you up, when you first reach out to them and you wanna do real estate, you don't real estate. Like, really, you, I wanna deal with you. And yes, it will help us. But what that would be just, if you look at it, well, is it they don't wanna deal with you? That you are, or you that they know? It's you that they know. So now, you that you are gotta change the trajectory of who they know you to be before. You guys follow me? So yeah, your sphere, they do catch it. They catch, yeah, they catch it. They know, so you just gotta change. So there's a goal that your business grow. Everybody write this down. Your business grow to the extent that you do. That's a law. It will grow, the business will grow as you grow. If you stay in the same place, your business is not gonna grow. And that's what people you know will see. They will see as you grow. I used to sell cameras before I got into real estate. And I was a pretty good camera salesperson. And I had really good clientele when I was selling cameras. I was selling in Westwood. And they all loved me. But when I stepped into real estate, I had a hiccup because I thought I was gonna bring those people. These are people that call me every day, Gary, hey, I'm flying to Dubai or whatever they're flying to. I need some camera, gear for the family, and they will come and pick it up, or they will send somebody to come pick it up. And I had their database in my hand. I mean, I had the contacts in my phone. So when I got into real estate, and I know they all live in the $3 to $5 million, mansion. Some of them are even apartment in Westwood. This apartment is expensive. I've been there. You go in there, it's an apartment, but the Lord, elevator comes into the apartment. You go inside the apartment, it's like, holy moly, it's 3,500 square foot of 2 bedroom. But when I stepped into real estate, they had a hard time, because they've been trusting me with their $2,000 purchase or $1,000 purchase. So now getting into $1 million purchase, I didn't quite get them. So I had to grow. Because they don't see you, like, hey, they used, I don't want to mention that, this actress, anyway, she comes to me, here, it's my credit card. Give me what I need. And so is that, and she's a really good actress. But then to real estate, I had a contact. So I'm thinking, man, this will be really good. I don't know, maybe if I stayed at Westwood, if I joined the Killer Westwood, maybe. I think. Anyway, whatever it is, I had to grow into somebody that they value. And that's what we have to do with our friends, our sphere. Is you just gotta, your business will grow as you start growing into it. Okay? All right. So we've shared 2 board laws. Okay. All right. So what's the house that you guys get from Excel with your page?
you have contact at any point of the line.
But you see that the contacts are all around you, right?
Yeah.
Then you guys can do this, you can build this up.
And then another thing that was an eye-opening for me, especially yesterday when I was making calls. And there was a teacher that I hadn't seen for like 7 years. And I was like, should I call her? Should I not call her? She probably doesn't remember me, but I called her anyways. And I was surprised, first of all, that she remembered me, and then the things that she remembered about me that I forgot about it. So it was an amazing moment for me to realize that when you think that people forgot you, they don't care about you, it's just we are like putting that thoughts in our heads.
Yeah.
It's not the reality. People do think that
Mhm.
people do care about, and they do appreciate the call and everything.
I did that too, I was like nervous about like contacting a few people that maybe I haven't talked to in a long time. And I contacted them and then they all responded like very positively.
I think we,
It gave me a little bit like more confidence.
yeah, we don't give people enough credit, but most people are good in their own way. I mean, there are some exceptionally not so good people, right? But most people are, if you present yourself well to them. Right. And then also understand people are in their space and time, too. So if you catch them at tomorrow, such a good time, I don't delete people on my database unless after 3 consistent negative reaction, then I'll take them off my database. Because I've had, somebody, I think we was making a call probably last week or so. Like, oh, this person is like, no, they're not talking about no real estate area. And I was just like, hey, because I was thinking, okay, we've had 2 or 3 consistent negative things from this guy, so we probably just need to delete him. And I was shocked. So he was just in a different space at that time. So that's why I always give people a little more opportunity. Even when they don't show up right. So definitely we gotta give ourselves more chance. So let's shift our mindset again. Are you ready to shift your mindset yet again from the value of your database, your SOI? Okay. So now we're gonna think about our day yesterday. We're gonna take just a couple of minutes to think. Let me pick up. Can I have 3 volunteers? 3 people. I don't want to go through everybody.
Who are you volunteering for?
Just sign up where you are. Thank you. All right, can I have a lady in agenda, please? All right, thank you. Okay. All right, so what we're gonna do is let's reflect on our yesterday. Tell us how your day started yesterday and how it ended, where you go, where you are, everything.
All right. Yesterday, my day started pretty late. I kind of overslept, so my day, that kind of messed up my work routine today. But I still went to the gym, I still did what I have to do, just have to do it later.
Okay. That's fine. You started your day, you went to the gym, right?
Yeah,
Okay, after the gym, where did you go?
after the gym, hung out with a friend,
With a friend?
yeah,
Okay, where do you guys go?
we had lunch.
Lunch, okay, and what happened after that?
After that, I went home and studied a little bit.
Okay, and when you get home, anybody home?
Yeah, all my roommates,
Yeah.
we can chat.
All right, so now let's explore. Let's go there. You all remember that story? Let's tell us how you did this.
Well, I woke up. Just got ready to take a shower, got ready to camp it off with. Then I was doing promo stuff for to get some touches. creating flyers for my database. And that's it, and I just stayed here till like, yeah, till like, maybe 5 or so, then I, just some stuff.
Okay, and when you went home, what happened?
When I went home, I got on the phone, I made some calls, just like talking to friends. And then I called a speaker too.
All right, so you found some friends before you went to sleep.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, thank you. All right.
So I got up in the morning. Got on my Peloton. I got my coffee, and every morning I do my, check my email, and I send emails on my Facebook stuff every morning. That's just my routine.
When you get your coffee, was that at home or did you run?
Every morning, I ride my bike, and then I come upstairs, I get my coffee, then I make my 10 texts or emails or whatever. And then after that, I went and I saw the King parade.
What did you see again?
The King parade.
Okay. Okay, so where did you think?
Oh.
Okay.
Parade, and then to,
And then the parade, did you go there by yourself,
that was a group of friends.
or with a group of friends? Okay.
I probably told about two or three people that are in real estate. It's like, hey, did you ever have your number? No, but I sell you a house. That was my attitude, yes. Then so after that, we went to the fish company or something, the little bell wheels, never been there. And we had fish. Then the server there was talking about he just bought a house. But the server just bought a house, he was showing us photos of his home and his 2-bedroom and work he wants to do. So I'll be exchanging information, but no, I'm not gonna make command. Then I had about 2 or 3 cocktails, and then I came home and went to bed.
Okay, all right, so now, I want them all to share their stories. So we can dissect each one at a time. If we dissect one, then the other person start thinking, they start putting everything together, right? So let's start with my brother here, right? So he woke up late, right? I went to the gym. Is there people to meet at the gym?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, and there are people you can connect with over there. And it tells me, it has some people that work at the gym that you talk to, right? Okay, and then after I left the gym, what is it going? Yeah, lunch with a friend. So obviously, this is the lunch opportunity where you can talk about the plan and the mistake, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And after that, what are you doing? I'm forgetting so far.
I went home after lunch.
Okay. Okay. So I get opportunities for him to connect with some spirit.
Yes.
People where you can establish, a spirit. So at the gym, there's 3 or 4 people you connect with. Those are strong connections, guys. If it's purposeful,
Actually, when I go to the gym, I actually talk to the staff for like 30 minutes before they work out. And one is the 3M there, I'm actually working on getting a lease.
So you guys see how this thing happened for us, right? I just want you guys to see how we can kind of dissect that. These opportunities are all around us. We're just not doing much with them. Or we think they are separate from our business. Because all we want to do is come to make calls and calling people we don't know how they don't. That's not gonna really, it takes a long time to get people you don't know. Because people now, we do want to reach out to people you don't know, but know that that number is gonna be different. Distinctively different from the people you know. If it's a 50 to 1 and it's a 16 to 2, that's a different dynamic of business you're gonna get. If you're doing people you don't know and you're doing 50 to 1 contacts, and don't forget, you may take 100 calls before you get to 2. Even people that want to listen to you, everybody is hanging out on you most of the time. So the people that you know that's gonna talk to you is gonna lead you to find that business much faster. That's why I want you guys to articulate in your brain, so you can put in the effort into this kind of people. All right, thank you so much, man. All right, so let's look like we had a full day of work yesterday, right? Yeah, except when you went home.
When I went home, it was still kind of, it was just talking to friends and email. Then, even when we was talking to work, I was still with the okay, but this friend, I didn't know command. I did my command this morning right now. Yeah, not there. I mean, we talk about, but she's not ready to get arrested, but she was sending me some properties, a lot of stuff like that, and I looked into getting her a property in Santa Clarita before, but the HOA was too high. So, well, maybe we'll just, I'm gonna give it to the Western.
But again, you're gonna see that even somebody that came into work, for the day, instead of reaching out to friends, and which we all do, because we all make phone calls, especially with them. We always talk to the people, I think, is it everybody? But, can we connect those people and put them in our command and feed them and give us an opportunity to get business from them? All right, thank you. You are fabulous. You are everywhere you need to be, connecting with people you need to connect with.
Drinking too much.
You went to break with your friends, went to eat out, with them. And even at the break, you're actually meeting some people there. You may even find some people that like, oh, I think I was, you'll find some people that you connect. So what I want you to see is there opportunities for you to get somebody's, hack to somebody's end and get the information, yes.
No, I did.
You did?
But my thing, I'm very comfortable with, as my husband says, when we go on vacation, he's tired, he takes a nap, then I go out, and he's just like, it's a should be and where are we going? So I don't have any problem speaking to someone, face to face, but I don't want to make the phone calls. That's why I do the texting and the emails, but I don't.
Well, okay, so let's make them comfortable. First of all, don't say I don't want to make a phone call, because that's not a real thing. Well, what's the bottom line with that red item here? What's the bottom line? We just read.
No, but
Change the way you look at things. You look at change.
can't see someone body language or, but I sell insurance, and I'm just better. Face to face, I'm better.
But no, it's the best.
Right,
Yeah. It's the best. So you don't get away with this.
Right, so we want to, right now, we want to change her mindset from I don't like
How
fun.
do you want that? Spoken to you?
What?
That they won't,
That's not you yet.
my
Hey,
agents won't
yeah,
see that.
there you go.
They won't see that being genuine. Okay, what's wrong with you? They won't. Okay, what do you really want?
Okay, so,
Right, I change it.
so here's the thing, I have to be a little hard. Jericho always say, if you have it for your limitations, you keep your limitations. If you argue for your limitations, you get to keep the limitations. Or you can choose to grow. So, and this is a conversation we have with people. I know I was telling you about this one lady, like, no, I can't talk to people who are like, no, don't. That's your limitations. What can you do to overcome that? Because in this business, we are in the conversation, conversation building. And yet, the best conversation you can have is face to face. But you can't be face to face in 20 people or 10 people like that. Right?
But, however,
And
I'm owning it though. I realize issues, I'm owning it. I'm not saying that it'll never change, I'm just.
Okay, so,
I own it, I know it's an issue, I'm not trying to say, oh, but it's okay, I'm not.
Okay.
That's not what I'm saying.
okay, so, hang, what's it gonna, so I normally don't like talking, and I'm going to make a commitment to start having that conversation. Right?
Yeah.
No, once a week instead of what is it, 3 times a day?
No, you gotta talk every day, you gotta talk every day.
So she has to get on the phone every day, no, she don't like get on the phone, I'm trying to make it more gradual and realistic, if you're being transparent with her.
Yeah. It's a commitment.
Baby steps.
So, yeah, now you maybe you can be 20 a day. Maybe realistic.
Maybe just go on there, or okay, how many calls do I make a day, and you know what, maybe can I, you know, do it together? You know, let's just.
Cause I need this, so maybe we can hold each other accountable.
Okay.
Set a plan.
So we want to expand on our SOI, and basically what we just went through, the practice we just went through is where we can expand in our SOI. So I think at this point, we're gonna have conversations. I don't know if anyone wants to join us in the phone call. So, all right, we went through this. Sharing today. So a good touch campaign consists of several types of interactions, right? Face-to-face, email, handwritten notes. In order to complete these touches with average people, you need to touch them on all of this. People you can get on face-to-face, you want to do that. And which is why you have appointments with people, right? Lunches, coffee time with people. Do that. But you all see that you can't have 5 lunches in a day, right? Because you're not going to be able to eat well. And, it's usually like 20 minutes or 45 minutes thing. You need a concentrated amount of time to do things and then move on to other parts. There's so many stuff in this business, so many things we gotta do, right? The time you're gonna put people in, enter that into your command. The time you wanna go preview homes, because that's how you make it feel like you're a realtor, right? So there has to be a designated amount of time where you can connect with people. So yeah, ideally, now if you're not knocking again, but that's again, you can do that. I'm not saying you can do this other marketing ways of connecting with people, right? If you choose to do now and you do not regularly, you'll find those business. But we really, well, Keller Williams has realized that there's a lot of aggregators marketing that's going on out there, and people that have a whole lot more to put on it than you do. So if you just in your own personal way make connections, you'll have your opportunity, and that opportunity is even greater. You have potential greater results than if you're spending money on marketing anywhere. So why not do that and do it more efficiently and create a business for yourself? Okay. So now to increase our database, we want to get the full information. What are the informations we need from people? What are the information we need?
Email,
Name.
name, phone number, email,
Okay, what else?
maybe a social media connection.
Okay.
Oh, address, yeah.
As much information as we can.
And I'm trying to wake you guys' mind up, what else do we need? Beyond those, 3 or 4 that you just mentioned,
Date of birth,
and why do we need data birth?
that's the opportunity to contact with them, to make a contact without having to come up too aggressive. Happy birthday, you need to be like a face. Then you can slide in.
I'm gonna tell you, there was a lady here, she had a really good year about 4 or 5 years ago. And I'm like, what do you do different from the previous year? I just had to come to people at the birthdays.
There you go. Good idea.
And she said it's bringing a lot more business for me. I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Because most people don't, they get birthday greeted from their immediate family. I think I read that one. And call on my birthday is soon. So that's and she used to always running out, wishing out and singing happy birthday. And she was really nice. So people like that, if somebody else comes, and she told me that, so yeah, as much information as we can get, it's cement that relationship. Even if it's a teacher, they will call and say, hey, Mrs. Smith, happy birthday to you. Really, you remember that? What? Now you could have picked it up on social media, right? On Facebook or wherever, right? But you make that call, it's always a good feeling for people, right? Probably won't ask for business on that day, but So and another great way to expand, what other ways can we expand on our SOI?
Parties have like.
Sure. If you get to parties, be present at a party. Hey, you're greeting everybody. Hey, here's my card. What do you do? Listen. The easiest way when you connect with people in social event, ask them what do they do first. And what do you do? Oh, I'm in iTech or what does that mean? What part of iTech are you in? Oh, we develop app, so you're really caught up with them. So what's gonna naturally happen after they tell them all about you, all about themselves? You're gonna ask them what do you do? Great, I'm in real estate, blah, blah, but you don't just go, I'm in real estate. I think so many times I go to family, you see this agent, he's like, here's my car, I referral, referral, yeah, okay. Okay, but the people you meet, the last family meeting I went, I actually get 3 referrals out, which is, that's interesting, because I was in family union, I'm getting calls from different parts of the country, and I'm like, oh, okay, let me connect you with this person. And I get 3 referrals, and 2 of them close. So let's go. So it's asking people what they do, how they do it, and then they're gonna naturally, run and ask, what do you do, right? And then you tell them and those people become your connected, so your numbers increase easily that way, right? So how else can we expand?
Through whatever hobbies we may have.
If you guys go to family unions coming, I'm not trying to put it on you guys, but it's coming in Anaheim. The first time I went to family union about 10, 12 years ago, it was in Anaheim. So I went there, and at family union there's an area, what do they call it? Like a vendor, the marketplace, exhibition hall. You see all these vendors. You see every form of t-shirt, every shirt, every jacket, everything that's KW there. Right? And those guys are always loaded with people line up and picking up. I've bought so much, I have so much gear that's KW, I don't know. My father is type of KW, I don't have his friends, everything is shirts, right? But, you know, so if you have in your KW gear on, sometimes this is a marketing by itself. You know, I could be in a grocery store, like, oh, hi, you with KW. You know, I've actually taken a list out at the grocery store. Which was interesting, you know, I had a t-shirt on, I'm like, oh, you know, and luckily I was being good because the cashier was like really, you know, having trouble with cashiering, you know, stuff. And I was just super patient, like, oh, no problem, no problem. And the guy was just looking at me like, oh, you're so nice, you know, to the cashier, you know, I see your KW, what does that mean? I said, as a real estate company, the biggest real estate company in North America, blah, blah. And I said, oh, really? You know, my mom needs to sell our place. And we sent numbers, and it was a listing, and it took 3 months to get the listing, but you know. So yeah, putting your gear on with you wherever you go, or you know, some people even put their name badge on. So if you wear whatever you wear, you put your badge on, or you put your hat on. That's also a very good marketing, because you are on as a realtor basically wherever you go. Right? You know, so when I'm in bold, I don't do it regularly. When I need to get contacts really desperately. When I go to sporting events, I put my KW hat on, and people just start talking. Usually, I'm in a different mode when I'm there. I'm boxing away. All right, so I think because we said, yeah, let's do 30 minutes of lead generation now. So, are you guys comfortable with it now? Are you all comfortable? Okay, so what is lead generation again?
Conversation, blah, 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 blah.
Okay, so let's all say it together. Innocent. We're gonna say blah 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 3 different ways, and then we're gonna say, who do you know that wants to buy a home, sell a home, or invest in real estate? You all good with that?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Who needs to be a home? I want to say that. Awesome. So you guys got it, okay? So let's pick up the phone, just call, if it's the family member, if it's, you know, just have this conversation.
We're just doing the daily success system. Yeah.
Mhm. All right, let's hit it. We got 30 minutes to do that, okay?
We're gonna separate, so.
You can do it here, you can do it outside, you know, like, you know, not a whole lot of money. It's crazy. Hey, Mary Lou. How are you? Okay. So what happened? Okay, but do you have is it the son or daughter? Do you have the son or the daughter's info? Okay. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. And I understand, you have a death in the family. Everybody's gotta do. What's the address for the place? 2214 Venetia? Okay. Okay. Right. I'll take a look at it. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much. Pray that all goes well, okay? Okay then. Okay. Bye. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, likewise, speaker.
Right, nobody.
You count like last minute.
This one, I was trying to say, so I when the time.
You can be in the keep consistent. Something with the sunny day and all of us are all exhausted.
Almost.
People. It's gonna be there. Well, you know, you said that.
So I'll copy it. Thank you.
I call that today. Just a minute, color. I don't know. You've been here the whole time? I was in here 20 minutes. Okay, wait, have a it's good to see you too. Maybe do it open house last week. No, I just went and listened to this a lot, I think 14. Really? I don't know. So that's good. That's real good. Yeah. Yeah, I know. This one. Oh, so in here, you're there, but yeah. Go home. Is there that's when you can't do that.
Oh.
So what you do is tap forward it to them.
There's little things that sit out.
There it is.
But there, she'll figure you out.
And I'm gonna go ask. Where is the sign at? Here, okay, but you. I'm not going to. That's not.
Yeah, you know, that. What do you skip top picture? Oh, don't know that it's not, I'll send it to Janelle. So I'm gonna go to commands. I don't have a kid. Yeah, you'll get notifications via the government's email if someone has. Comment on it. I don't think I have. I have it on my cell phone. So then when they go to that, but I'm assuming they're open, whether they say, they can do, I know you. Based on your internal. Yourself. You have to do it one by one, can't do them all at the same time. You can turn them, you can turn them.
So everybody in the business, on the spreadsheet,
From your phone.
local the command.
Oh, that. I'm not sure. I'm having a conversation with you, and I'm in my conversation. Wait, you're not in my conversation. You know, you're interested in buying, selling, or investing in real estate. Don't go now. Oh, we have your, when you're. They don't have to know about the starting first. But I mean, any of the anchor application. Stuff like, so, but it's
No, it's training, like,
I forget.
yeah, I think I'm gonna show you how to do that.
I'll see it when I'm. I don't know, but.
Yeah.
Over time, if you get over time, well, it's more like.
Just staying in touch,
Yeah,
staying
staying in
connected.
touch, staying in touch. So.
You're not gonna work her down, that's. That's right, call her, call them, I'll see you figure out. What's fresh on your mind, right? That keeps you in there. Not good. Oh, okay. That's a good and that came out. Yeah, so they need to be out there. Like stuff.
There you are. You're coming back. Yes.
The thing about him is that, like, even though we had him, even that, he's always on the phone, like, he feel like if he don't pick up his phone, he makes up for some opportunity. Then like, they will be having a meeting and they will have a fun conversation. Phone ring, he had to pick it up. And we had to tell him, like, look, we have to, both reduce the time and focus on the, reading that we can do everything we want to do, right, like that, because.
Bless his heart. Oh, yeah. He's the top producer. Oh, yeah.
Hey, did you forget about the class?
I know, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm willing to meet with feedback, right? So you said we're leaving at 1. Susan?
Should we all just leave?
Then, all right.
Yeah, let's just leave.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Back it up. I mean,
He said we're gonna have 20 minutes of,
and you said we were leaving at 1.
at 1 o'clock.
All right.
Everyone sign in?
Yeah, I think we're good. I'll sign in. I'll leave you sign. Okay, bye. We're stronger.
Yes.
Oh, so it's work.
Wait.
Everybody have 5 minutes.
None of us heard you.
Meanwhile, does anyone know a really good roofing company?
The what?
Roofing company.
In the,
Right here, it's, I don't know.
They might remember. They're straight forward. I found my next neighbor. And it's got a name. One.
Okay.
They're really.
And then I shall do it next time I see you. Thank you so much. You know, thank you.
That's everybody waiting. Everybody's scared to walk out once we walk. I'm not afraid of. I don't have anything else to do. Yeah. They don't.
He said one, it's.
He said 1 o'clock. You could.
20 minutes back.
So, your friends being hungry.
Yeah, but it's.
I'll need to turn it off when they're hungry and stuff. All right. See you. You hear mom? Yeah. Here, Thursday. Y'all leave it to her. Like the children.
Okay.
the remaining part is the last of the class. There's nothing after.
He said 1 o'clock.
We made our phone. I mean, I'm the train like.
Okay, we have to go to the lead from Jed best practice.
No, like he skipped ahead and he said, now we're gonna start doing the contact, the daily. Yeah, that's the last thing we right now. Okay.
Good, Carlos.
Oh, you have.
Yeah.
It was about your vision statement.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Find your visions.
Yeah. Lauren taught, Lauren, she taught that class last year. What's her name, Lauren? That's down in the office. Laura. Laura. He taught that.
Hello, guys.
Oh, you left.
Yeah, and that's feeling. Well, we have pretty much all that. I just want to have people share any contacts or next any good contacts.
I use.
By text. Sent the KW app.
Yeah, what you got?
Yeah.
I mean, it's all about contacts, right? Connected with people. I mean, one of the people that called is like, hey, my grandmother just passed away, blah, blah, you know, so never know. There was a lead that, a really good lead, actually. All right, so that's pretty much, the class is just to make sure everybody understands the value of setting up this SOI, get 210 people in your database, set them on a smart plan, and neighborhood doctors. So in command, there's once you have them, you get the information, you want to get the addresses. When you have the addresses, it's automatically, you just send them like updates of listings in the area. And conversation comes from there, and you just gotta talk with them 3 times a year.
3 times a year. Not 4, 3.
At least 3. Yeah, I mean, if you have, I guess in my case, I have a lot of people in my database. So if I get to 3 times, it's pretty solid. But if now the people that actually start sending you calls, you can touch base with them more. right? And again, just have a conversation with them, you know, how things going, family, blah, blah, blah. And, once they send you a referral, and you just refer well, and always send them, some kind of thank you card, if it's a gift, Starbucks $5 card, people appreciate that. You do. You know, just for sending you the referral. I know your referral might happen now. And opportunities, small opportunities come. from it. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
All right.
What's your number?
310-701-5332.
Correct?
Gary,
Aaron,
yeah, Gary Nix.
next.
Mhm.
And I,
CKS. Kind of the OG.
yeah.
Thursday.
Yeah.
If you, I try not to blow up your phone with questions.
I'll get back to you. I don't, it doesn't matter what's the, you know, I'll throw that. That's right here.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
All right.
Bye, that's right.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
See you Thursday.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna have.
So it was Alex, right?
Yes, sir.